Yakimo. Minasan, konnichiwa, squishy toke, yokoso. Okay, so today's video is going to be about 5 things that you can do in Japan, but you can't do in the UK. If you like content like this, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's begin. Okay, so number 1, loud announcements coming from cars. Right, I'm gonna give you a little bit of a story. For me, this is something that's completely crazy. I'd never come across this before, especially in the UK, because you're not allowed to do it. But when I first came to Japan, one morning, I was woken up by some kind of announcement, really, really loudly, coming from the street, and I was really, really terrified. The only time I could think that this would be acceptable is if there was some kind of war or the world was ending and they had to tell people quickly. So that's what I thought it was, and I was freaking out. It's only until I spoke to Taro later on that he told me, no, they usually do that for elections or if they want to sell something. So yeah, now I'm not scared of it anymore, but it is still shocking to hear such loud noises coming from a car, especially when it's early in the morning. The only time that I enjoy it is when the sweet potato man comes driving around the area, you know, and he goes, Yakimo. Yeah, I always kind of open my window and smell the air because it smells amazing. But yeah, that is the only time where I feel comfortable and actually happy that I'm hearing a loud noise coming from a car. In the UK, you're not allowed to do this at all. The only time you're going to hear loud noises coming from a car is when somebody is just listening to the radio really, really loudly and it's for their own self-enjoyment. And yeah, typically the windows are closed and you can just kind of hear the vibrations and they're just happy singing along to the radio. If you did drive around the UK making a loud announcement from your car, I'm pretty sure the police would get involved because it's a little disturbing and just loud, yeah. So I was really, really surprised when I came to Japan and realized that this was a normal thing. But yeah, slowly getting used to it. All right, so number 2, this one I think a lot of people are aware of, but just in case you're not, it's not really socially acceptable to slurp your food or drinks in the UK. Some people do it, but you're typically taught not to the point where I never learned how to do it. So now that I'm in Japan and I see people slurping their noodles and eating ramen, and I've tried doing it and I can't, it makes me kind of jealous. Yeah, Taro has tried teaching me a bunch of times, like this is the best way to eat ramen, and I've really tried, but for some reason I can't slurp very well and I always end up giving up and just like biting down on the noodle, and it's just embarrassing for me. But yeah, it's because in the UK you're just taught not to do it. It's just not really the best way to eat, apparently. So yeah, it's a very opposite view from Japan. So yeah, that's the next one. All right, number 3 is kind of similar. So you can't lift your plate or bowl in the UK. So obviously in Japan it's totally normal, and to be honest it makes a lot of sense. It's less messy and it's more convenient, but in the UK you are taught that you should not lift your bowl or plate. So yeah, you're supposed to bring your spoon or your fork to your mouth, not your plate. Yeah, I remember when I was a kid it was pretty difficult to master. Children are generally messy anyway, so then having to do that and not lift your bowl was an absolute nightmare. And I'd been doing it for so long that when I first moved to Japan, I found it really uncomfortable to lift my bowl up at first. But now I do it all the time and it has changed my life. But yeah, in the UK, you're not going to see people doing that at all. Okay, so number 4, cycling on the pavement. All right, in the UK, we have a lot of cyclists. A lot of people love to cycle to work, to school, to anywhere. It's a very popular hobby, but you are not allowed to cycle on the pavement. It's actually illegal. So if you get caught cycling on the pavement, you will have to pay a fine. I believe it was £30 the last time I checked, but it could obviously be different now. You have to cycle on the road with the cars. However, I will say there are some roads where there is like a separate cycling lane. So if you are cycling, you are sort of safer. But yeah, you can't do it on the pavement because of safety reasons. So yeah, when I came to Japan, I was pretty surprised that so many people cycle on the pavement, but I will say I've not really gotten into an accident here. I think people that cycle on the pavement in Japan are very aware that they will have to move around for pedestrians. So yeah, it's pretty safe, but it's pretty shocking if you're not used to it, definitely. Okay, so this last one, number 5, this one is the one that I think confuses me the most, just because it is so opposite to the UK. So in the UK, you are not allowed to smoke in any public place. There's currently some discussion about whether that should include open spaces like parks and things like that. But I think as of right now, you can still smoke in parks, but definitely not in pubs, restaurants, any kind of indoor public setting. If you want to smoke when you're in these places, you have to step out and stand on the street to smoke. So I was quite surprised to find out in Japan, it's almost the exact opposite. So a lot of pubs and restaurants do have separate smoking areas for you. Not all of them, but a lot of them do. And actually, in a lot of places, you're not allowed to smoke on the street. There's like a separate smoking area that you have to go to, which is, yeah, completely the opposite, because in the UK, everybody smokes on the street, on any street. And not everyone, just people that smoke, obviously. So yeah, I was quite surprised by that, because it is almost the exact opposite. So yeah, that is it for this list. Taro, do you have any thoughts? What do you think?
I have nothing to talk about, but let's go by yakimu, yeah?
Yeah. The smell. That is such a comforting smell. I didn't realise how happy that smell made me until I moved to Japan. It's such a warm smell, especially in winter. Oh, yeah. That's the stuff. But yeah, thank you for watching today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy videos like this one, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.